Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my class. Yesterday, we had completed the topic heat. Now, today, quickly we will revise all the points and then we will see the NCERT textbook questions. Right, children? So, first point, heat. Heat is a form of energy which causes the sensation of hotness and coldness. Heat energy can be used to do work. For example, on heating, water converts into steam, which makes a steam engine move and it pulls a train. On heating, an object becomes hotter. If an object loses heat, it becomes cool. Obvious. On heating, an object becomes hotter. If an object loses heat, it becomes cool. A reliable measure of the hotness of an object is its temperature. Temperature is measured by a device called thermometer. The temperature is a measure of the degree of hotness of an object. So what is temperature? Temperature is a measure of the degree of hotness of an object. The thermometer that measures our body temperature is called a clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer, then we will see the construction of the clinical thermometer, consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube which has capillary tube in which mercury runs. It has a bulb at one end and is connected with the capillary tube. The bulb contains mercury which can rise into capillary tube. There is a scale on the thermometer. The scale we use is the Celsius scale, indicated by degree Celsius. In a clinical thermometer, the range of temperature is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, and there is a small constriction or bend or a kink at the bottom of the capillary tube. Kink prevents mercury level from falling on its own. In a laboratory thermometer, the range is from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, and there is no kink in the laboratory thermometer. Then Celsius scale. The Celsius scale to measure temperature was designed by Anders Celsius. On this scale, temperature is described in degrees Celsius. It is a metric scale of temperature. The other scale with the range 94 to 108 degree is the Fahrenheit scale. It was in use earlier. The temperature should always be stated with its unit, degree, C, where C stands for Celsius. The normal temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Then the next point is different types of thermometer. Maximum minimum thermometer. This thermometer is used to report maximum and minimum temperatures of previous day reported in weather report. Then the next is digital thermometer. Mercury is a toxic substance and is very difficult to dispose of if a thermometer breaks. These days, digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. The heat flows from a hotter object to a colder object. There are three ways in which heat can flow from one object to another. These are conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction, the process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object, is known as conduction. This phenomena generally is involved in transfer of heat energy through solids. Conductor, the materials that allow heat to pass through them easily are called conductors. For example, metals like aluminium, iron and copper. Insulators, the materials that do not allow heat to pass through them easily are poor conductors of heat. Such poor conductors are called as insulators. For example, plastic and wood are insulators. Then the next point is convection. Convection is the process of transmission of heat in fluids in which the molecules move in definite currents carrying heat with them. In other words, the process of hotter liquid or gases transferring heat to the colder surroundings is known as convection. The water and air are poor conductors of heat, but due to convection, heat transfer takes place in these substances. In convection, the molecules themselves move from one place to another, carrying heat energy with them. Then the next method of transfer of heat is radiations. The process of transmission of heat in which heat energy travels in straight lines from hotter to cooler areas without having any intervening medium is called radiation. It means the process of transfer of heat in which no medium is required is known as radiation. Heat energy from the sun comes to us though there is a vacuum. Vacuum means no medium between the sun and the earth over a large distance. Then the next is breeze. Breeze means wind. Sea breeze, the flow of cool air from the sea towards the land to replace the hot air on land is called sea breeze. This happens in the coastal regions during the day, whereas land breeze in coastal regions, the currents of air flow from the cooler land towards the warmer sea. This happens during the night. One more time I will explain you these sea breeze and land breeze. See children, what happens? During the summer, the land heated first. Naturally, whatever the air above the land, it gets heated. And you know, when the air it gets heated, it moves up, it rises up. So the cool air from the sea, they comes in to take the place of this air. This air, and this is called the sea breeze. The flow of the cool air from the sea towards the land to replace the hot air on land is called sea breeze. Land breeze, during the night time. Now, as you know, the water it takes time to cool down. It takes time to get hot also, and to cool down also it takes some time as compared to land. So during the night what happens? Land it cools fast and getting hot also fast. So during the night time what happens? The land it gets cool fast, whereas the water in the sea it takes time to cool down. So the air above the sea water, they are warm and they rises up. So breeze from the land or the air from the land, it moves towards the sea to take the place of that air. Then the currents of air flow from the cooler land towards the warmer sea is called land breeze. All hot bodies radiate heat. Dark colored objects absorb heat radiation better than the light colored object. That's why we feel more comfortable in light colored clothes in the summer. Woolen clothes are used in winter to keep us warm. Sometimes people refer woolen clothes as warm clothes. Actually, woolen clothes are not warm, but they keep us warm because wool is a poor conductor of heat and it also has air trapped in between the fibers. The trapped air prevents the flow of heat from our body to the cold surroundings. So we feel warm after wearing woolen clothes. The light colored clothes, cotton clothes, give us a feeling of coolness. The dark colored clothes give us a feeling of hotness. Do not touch objects which are very hot because hot objects give harmful burning effects. We can feel the hotness or coolness by touching the objects. Thermometer should be washed before and after use. Ensure that before use the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. Read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Handle the thermometer with care. These are some precautions that you have to take while handling a thermometer or while taking the temperature by using the thermometer. If it hits against some hard object, it can break. Do not hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. These are some precautions that you have to take care. So this was all about the summary of the lesson chapter heat. Now quickly we will see the NCERT textbook questions. Here the first question is, state similarities and differences between the laboratory thermometer and clinical thermometer. We have studied what is clinical thermometer and what is laboratory thermometer. So we have to write some similarities and differences between them. First we will see the similarities. What are the similarities? What are the points which are same in both the thermometers? First one, both thermometers consist of long, narrow, uniform glass tubes. That we know, we have seen the construction of both the thermometers. So they are consist of long, narrow, uniform glass tubes. Then the second similarity is they both have a bulb at one end. You can see this bulb in both the thermometers. They both have a bulb at one end. Then the third similarity is both contain mercury in bulb. What does they contain in the bulb? They both contain mercury in bulb. Both use Celsius scale on the glass tube. If you will see the marking, so you will see that they both use Celsius scale on the glass tube. So these are the similarities between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. Now what are the differences? Let us see what are the differences between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. The first difference is a clinical thermometer reads temperature 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. This is the range of clinical thermometer. While the range of laboratory thermometer is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. So first difference is of range of the both the thermometers. Then the second, clinical thermometer has a kink. Bent, we have seen, you can see in the figure, it has a kink or bent near the bulb, while there is no kink in the laboratory thermometer. Due to kink, mercury does not fall down on its own in clinical thermometer. So this was all about the similarities and the differences between clinical and laboratory thermometer. Then question 2 of your textbook. Give 2 examples each of conductors and insulators of heat. Now as we have studied, what are conductors? Conductors are the nothing but the materials or the object which allow to pass the heat through them easily, whereas insulator, they do not allow the heat to pass through them. So see the examples of conductors: aluminium, iron. These are the metals which allow the heat to pass through them. Insulators example: plastic, wood. As we can see, you might have observed, these are the materials which do not allow the heat to pass through them. Then question 3, fill in the blanks. A. The hotness of an object is determined by its blank. What will come in the blank? The hotness of an object is determined by its temperature. So how hot or how cold an object is, it can be determined by taking its temperature. Sometime when you get the fever, at that time you complain to your parent that it looking very hot. Then what do? They take the temperature with the help of clinical thermometer. Why? So that they can see how much temperature you are having. So the hotness of an object is determined by its temperature. B. Temperature of boiling water cannot be measured by a blank thermometer. By which thermometer we cannot measure? Clinical thermometer. Answer is clinical thermometer. With the help of the clinical thermometer, we can take the measure the temperature of human body, but we cannot use it to take the temperature of boiling water, because that the water starts boiling at 100 degrees Celsius, and the range of clinical thermometer is up to 42 degrees Celsius only. So what will happen if you will try it? It will break. Then third fill in the blank is temperature is measured in degree. With which degree? Celsius. Temperature is measured in degree blank. The answer is Celsius. Next, no medium is required for transfer of heat by the process of. In which process of transfer of heat the medium is not required? In the radiation. While we had seen that in conduction there are 3 ways of transferring of heat. What are they? Conduction, convection and radiation. In conduction, in solid it takes place, whereas in fluids the convection takes place, whereas where there is no medium, the radiation takes place. Then the next is a cold steel spoon is dipped in a cup of hot milk. Heat is transferred to its other end by the process of conduction. Then the next, clothes of clothes of blank colors absorb more heat better than clothes of light colors. So clothes of which color absorb more heat? Black color or dark colors. So clothes of dark colors absorb more heat better than clothes of light colors. As compared to light colors, dark colors, they absorb more heat. Then the next question is match the following. Here in column A, land breeze blows during, so with what you will match it? Land breeze blows during which time? Daytime or night time? We have seen that land breeze blows during night time. During the night, the water it is still hot, and at that time the air above the land, it gets cool, and they goes towards the sea to take the place of the hot air, right, which rises up. Then sea breeze blows during which time? During daytime. You'll match it with the day. Next, dark colored clothes are preferred during which season you prefer to wear the dark color clothes? During winter. While light colored clothes are preferred during which season we prefer to wear the light colored clothes? During summer. What is the reason that you prefer dark colored clothes during winter while light colored clothes during summer? Because we have seen that dark colored clothes, they absorb the heat, whereas light colored clothes, they reflect the heat. So we have seen that dark colors are the good absorber of heat. Then the next question number 5, discuss why wearing more layers of clothing during winter keeps us warmer than wearing just one thick piece of clothing. What is the answer? The answer of this question is more layers of clothing keep us warm in winters as they have a lot of space between them. There is a space between the layers. This space gets filled up with air. Air is a bad conductor. It does not allow the body heat to escape out. Have you understood? More layers of clothing keep us warm in winter as they have a lot of space between them. This space gets filled up with air. Air is a bad conductor. It means it does not allow the body heat to escape out. Then in question number 6, you can see a figure is given. Mark where the heat is being transferred by conduction, by convection, and by radiation. You can see the heat from the flame, it is transferring through the radiation, whereas from the teapot to vessels through the conduction, and then whatever heat transfer takes place inside the liquid, it is through the process of convection. You can see in the figure it is labeled. In this way you can label it. Next, question number 7. In places of hot climate, it is advised that the outer walls of houses be painted white. Explain. Where the hot climate place is there it is advised that the outer walls of houses be painted white. In our country, if you will visit Rajasthan state where the hot temperature is there, so there you can find most of the houses, the walls are painted with white in color. Why? What is the reason? Let us see. In places of hot climate, it is advised that the outer wall of houses be painted white because white color reflects heat and the houses do not heat up too much. Have understood? Why it is advised to paint the white color? Because white color reflects heat and the houses do not heat up too much. Then the next question, very interesting. 1 liter of water at 30 degrees Celsius is mixed with 1 liter of water at 50 degrees Celsius. The temperature of the mixture will be, here most of the students they commit the mistake, either they added or they subtracted. But see, let us see, some options are given and what is the correct answer of this question. Options are A, 80 degrees Celsius, that is the addition of these two temperature. B, more than 50 degrees Celsius but less than 80 degrees Celsius. C, 20 degrees Celsius. D, between 30 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius. What do you think? Which one is the correct answer? D. What is D? Between 30 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius. This is the right answer of this question. When you will take 1 liter of water at 30 degrees Celsius and mix with the 1 liter of water at 50 degrees Celsius, then the temperature of the whatever mixture you will make, the temperature of that mixture will be between 30 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees Celsius. Have you all got it? The next question is, an iron ball at 40 degrees Celsius is dropped in a mug containing water at 40 degrees Celsius. The heat will. Now what the heat will? Options are flow from iron ball to water, not flow from iron ball to water, or from water to iron ball. Flow from water to iron ball, increase the temperature of both. What will happen? Which option is correct? B, not flow from iron ball to water or from water to iron ball. Because why does it so? Because it happens because the temperature at both the places is same, right? Then question number 10. A wooden spoon is dipped in a cup of ice cream. Its other end, now again 4 options are there, becomes cold by the process of conduction, becomes cold by the process of convection, becomes cold by the process of radiation, does not become cold. What do you think? Which option is correct? Yes, option D, that is does not become cold. Why? A wooden spoon is dipped in a cup of ice cream, so its other end does not become cold because wood is a poor conductor of heat. Stainless steel pans are usually provided with copper bottoms. You might have seen this. If you have the copper vessels at home, you might have seen that stainless steel pans are usually provided with copper bottoms. The reason for this could be that copper bottom makes the pan more durable. The next option is such pans appear colorful. Copper is a better conductor of heat than the stainless steel. Or the last option is copper is easier to clean than the stainless steel. Which is the right answer? C1. Copper is better conductor of heat than the stainless steel. That's why stainless steel pans are usually provided with copper bottoms, as copper are better conductor of heat. Through that the heat it allows the heat to pass through them easily, right? That's why it is the stainless steel pans are usually provided with copper bottoms. That's all about the exercise of NCERT textbook questions. Here I end this session. Thank you.